Saji, very good morning everybody. I was and most welcome. So today we will discuss on core strength, core energy. First of all, I would like to thank everybody, each and everybody. While doing Surya Namaskar, I could see that the energy at 6:30 in the morning. It's really great. It's really great to see. And I was also doing some of the daily yoga. I'm really delighted to see it. What we are going to touch upon the core strength of our body, mind. We may not touch upon the soul, core strength of soul, but we'll touch upon the core strength. How this course, which was designed last week, how it was helping for the core strength. First of all, let's define what is core strength. So core strength is something which is combination of many things, right? So first, very important point, no doubt about it, is a BMI, proper weight. That starts with the core strength, because without proper BMI, without proper weight, you may not able to perform many asanas and many kriyas, many Shudhi kriyas, as well as there won't be any flexibility. I will go in each of them in detail. The second one, very important, is immunity. Core strength is immunity. This immunity is very much somehow 60 to 80% connected with flexibility. That is the second core strength. And you will find that the course which was designed, it include definitely the flexibility. What you do in Ashwasanchalanasan is what is actually a flexibility, and you are increasing your immunity. Padahastasana, you are increasing your flexibility and definitely immunity too. Very important point, which contributes very heavily in core strength, is lungs capacity. So how much amount of oxygen you can actually inhale and how much amount or time you can sustain, that is a lungs capacity. The fourth important point is a brain capacity. Very important. The brain, how your brain can hold the calm, quiet, cool, and think in multiple directions. That is a fourth point. And the fifth very important point, which is actually strength, which comes afterwards, right? So strength of muscles. So that is a fourth point. And in all, these contributes to the contentment or the satisfaction of brain and mind. So that is a core strength. Let's go ahead and see one by one this particular all parameters. So consider core strength, strength of muscles. What is this actually? Strength of muscles is how much we can weight we can lift. But again, lifting a weight in gymnasium and lifting our own body weight has difference. In Mayurasana, you lift your own weight on your hands, but at the same time, you are also strengthening your core muscles of your stomach, of your tummy. You're losing your fat on tummy. So strength in muscles, but at the same time, integration of muscles. So core strength is not only muscle strength, but integration of muscles. No doubt about it, when actually you will do different asanas, you'll find your integration of muscles is well maintained, and you'll find that your every muscle which should be strengthened to the extent that whenever there is a load on other muscle, this particular muscle which is connected to that muscle will be helping, that also will be strengthened. That is not case if you go curly and just pull up or push up the gym instruments. Rather, I'll say no instrument should be used except 3 instruments: air, water and soil. There is no third instrument required for core strengthening of our body, right? Flexibility of muscle, that is very important. See, your muscles are very strong and you are not able to do Bhunamanasana. You are not able to do, say, consider very simple cow pose. There's no use of it. Your muscle has strength, but your muscles has no flexibility, and that is what is done in sun salutation. In sun salutation, you'll find that your 90% of your muscle, including your forehead muscles, they are pulled up, push up, and hence sun salutation is considered as one of the best to increase your core strength. Not only that, see, the muscles, when we deplete our glucose from the blood at certain level, when it start depleting, and at certain level it actually access the glycogen, which is a glucose storage. Glycogen is a polymer of the glucose. To get the glucose, it go to the glycogen, and for that purpose definitely it needs your metabolism, your core strength. How much amount of glycogen which is stored by your muscles, that determines your core strength. For example, some person may have a cramp after, say, even 1 kilometer of running, and some person may not have cramp even if he or she runs throughout the day. The reason is core strength. Or get fatigue in muscle, the person cannot go further. That is because the excess of that glycogen, the excess of glucose from that glycogen is not there. The core strength is not there. Very important point. Everybody should determine their own core strength. I can walk this much, I can run this much. Do not get overwhelmed by somebody else and then apply those parameters to your body. No. The first thing is no. It will be very big justice to our body when our body says, boss, this is much. If you increase your say running or the speed of your yogasana, and it may cause muscle cramp, or it may cause muscle fatigue to very high extent, and you may not able to sustain that position, don't do it. Muscle strength, storage of glycogen. Glycogen is stored in liver as well as glycogen is stored in muscles, and this is used when actually you exhaust the amount of glucose from your blood, and that is what actually doing in the morning. You are increasing this core strength. You'll find over the period of time, and so many feedbacks we got, that after starting this particular morning session and they are doing continuously for many days, mostly 21 days, you will find a change in your core strength. So when this particular core strength increases, you'll find your ability to sustain for, say, increasing weightlifting, or ability to sustain for to lift yourself, this particular ability will increase. This is also depend on, like, suppose when we deplete our glycogen, our body goes towards the fat consumption, and this is known as, very popularly known as, fat switch. So fat switch, this will occur only if you have a proper core strength. Otherwise it will lead to the headache which occur with some people who are just sitting, and they will be, after some time they will be hungry if they have not consumed food, and then after that they will be with headache. But I'm sure when you started all these asanas, you started half an hour, at least half an hour daily workout in yoga, you will have very easy fat switch, right? There is one more strength with which muscles required, that is sustaining in high and low temperature. So naturally in warm condition muscle work better, and that is the reason Sir Prasad sir has conducted the Sukshma Yoga, so that you can do your yogasana afterwards. So Sukshma Yoga has very high importance. When you do Sukshma Yoga, the muscles get warm, and these warm muscles can perform. But when you do many yogasana, if you do, for example, lot of Shitali, your muscles definitely get acquainted to perform in cold. When you do Ujjayi or Bhastrika, your muscles definitely get a power to perform in the high temperature. So ability to perform in high and low temperature also determines your core strength, right? So this is about muscle. Anybody has any question on muscles, definitely we'll go through the questions. You can put them in the chat box, and I'll come to that afterwards. Not only that, the core strength also determines how much amount of what you can say, the flexibility, or how much extent of flexibility you have. So for example, the person has very high strength, he can lift the weight, she can lift the weight, and but the flexibility wise not able to perform the asanas. Say for example, the person has a very good shoulders but not able to perform chakrasana. So the person has a not flexible backbone. So as a result of it, definitely all those diseases, variations connected, challenges connected to the backbone, the person will suffer over the period of time. For strength, you'll find that not only the strength of muscles but the flexibility. Very important point again to be underlined, that the part of our abdomen determines our core strength. So people having abdomen or the tummy part higher, they will definitely get challenges in core strength. So if you would like to increase your core strength, first start with reducing the overall weight and then concentrate on the abdomen. Don't try to reduce the tummy fat immediately. Very important point, even if you reduce your tummy fat, the fat in your body has a tendency to travel from one part of the body to another part of the body. Over the period of time, you will find that your shoulder reduces and this fat got shifted from shoulders to tummy. Again, you have, instead of the V-shaped body, you will have O-shaped body. That is the way in which body reduces fat. There is a way. Definitely body reduces fat from first that part or that portion of the body which is agile, which has a high moment. So if you give more moment to your tummy every day, you will find that you will reduce the fat from the tummy, and as soon as you leave those moments, the fat will be shifting. But no doubt about it that higher amount of fat on tummy reduces your core strength, reduces your moments, reduces your flexibility. Moreover, in the tummy and above and around that, definitely very important vital parts are there, like adrenergic glands are there. Then there is a kidney, and kidney, it provides the major secretion of hormone, that is the erythropoietin, which goes to the bone marrow and which actually gives you the white blood corpuscles. So as a result of it, if you don't have a flat tummy, or if you have very high amount of fat on the tummy, naturally the amount of blood flow to that kidney is not that much. It may be very, very small, infinitesimally less, but again, because you don't have moments of tummy, the secretion of erythropoietin will be less, and as a result of it, ultimately will suffer from immunity. Immunity is a factor, definitely, not only the core strength but also your exposure to the different organism. And there I am coming to, if different organism your body get exposed, say for example there is some garbage and you are going just beside that garbage and you are inhaling, there are 10 million microorganisms which will go inside. But you will ask me question, why sweepers, they are not suffering from it? Because their core strength is high. Okay, the part of core strength I can say is very high, because they are always exposed to the organisms. You will also find that there are a number of different diseases. Gardener and sweepers, they will suffer initially, but afterwards they may not suffer because the immunity builds, provided they have good habits, they are doing their work and they are doing their yoga. That is a very important underline. You also will find that people who are cleaning their own vehicle, they may not be fat, they have a lot of core strength. Reason is they are always are flexible in their movements just to clean their vehicle. Or people who are cleaning the vehicle of many people, they will also have very less fat, they will also have core strength. Apart from this, see, the core strength parameters are like, you should have controlled movements of your muscles. Not only strength in muscle, controlled movements of your muscles. You should not get waved by your own wills and whims, but you should have a controlled movements over it. Not only that, your HB concentration, blood pressure. So HB should be in a range, proper range. Your blood pressure should be proper. That is also a part of core strength. Your heart should pump that much blood which will suffice your every oxygen need of your every cell. Then only core strength is there. Otherwise you may have strength in muscle, but when you run for even 10 meters, you will find that you will be panting. So that is not a core strength. Core strength include the strength of your heart also. Now coming to the core strength of your brain. Very important point. Whenever you do Ashwa Sanchalan, there is a concentration, you will find that on the pituitary gland, Ajna Chakra. The reason for this, to increase the core strength of our brain. What is the core strength of our brain? First of all, there should be sufficient blood flow every time the brain should get, and that is actually you can say it is a part of your agility, metabolism, your strength in the circulatory system, and that is actually given by Surya Namaskar, Sun Salutation, and that is the reason this course is designed in that way. Whenever you do Padahastasana, there is a huge blood flow which actually flush in your brain. Remember, those people who have very high BP, they should actually connect to their doctor for Padahastasana to be done. Please connect to their doctor, let him take or her take the decision and then do. But definitely there will be huge blood flow in the cycling or when you have Pada Uttanasana. At that point of time, you are raising your legs 30 degree. Naturally, there will be a blood flow towards your chest, towards your brain, and towards your face. Those people who are doing Uttana Padasana every day, you will find that they will have different kind of glow on their face. Core strength of brain. So core strength of brain, you should never have a headache, or you should have headache only when it is just beyond some limit. You should get your brain better amount of oxygen every point of time. Even our brain doesn't get oxygen for 6 seconds, it's over. Your brain should get proper amount of glucose and energy. That is a core strength. even if you are running, even if you are supposed doing which you should not do, like doing a Shirshasana and again coming back to the standing position, you should not feel faint. That is a core strength. That is actually thermometer of core strength. One of the best thermometer, which is actually what I can say, there is a yoga mudra, Sanchalanasana, where you have to have in Sukhasana, and just on your palm, just raise yourself and throw yourself on the ground, and those many amount of or number of what you can say, the yoga mudra Sanchalanasana you can do, that gives you the thermometer, that gives you actually measurement how much is our core strength. But please, those people who have challenges, especially in the abdomen, pelvic region, please don't do that. This is definitely not everybody should do. Those who doesn't have any other challenges, specifically with respect to genitals, the piles, or with respect to any pelvic challenges, they should do it. They should try it over the period of time. They should do it, right? So the brain core strength is again feeling of wellness. That is the one. Feeling of relaxation every time, wherever you are, in whatever pressure you are, feeling relaxed. Nothing. Don't have thoughts when actually you are at leisure is a core strength. When you are thoughtless, if you have nothing to do and if you are thoughtless, that is a core strength. But if you are just thinking a lot, when you are just sitting and thinking a lot, that is not a core strength. That is a weakness of our brain. So definitely it can be rectified when you are sitting at a calm place and you are not thinking. Better to have a laughter, or better to have the breathing exercise, so that you can actually stay away from the thoughts and you can increase your core strength. Remember, too many thoughts will increase the stress, and stress will reduce the core strength. Underline this particular sentence. Too many thoughts will actually reduce your core strength. The direct relation. Ability to control your thoughts is also core strength. Try this particular experiment. When you are doing Surya Namaskar, try to think of the problem of office which you are not able to solve. You will not able to think. The problem of your kids, your friends, your brother, sister, that you are not able to solve or they are facing, you will not able to think. Not able to think sometimes is a core strength. Able to think multiple ways in a multiple direction is a core strength. But controlling the thoughts is also core strength. So this is related to what I can say, a brain, and also it is related to mind. Partially it is related to mind, because mind and brain, they are actually two wheels of our vehicle, and one try to overpower other, one try to always looking for the other. Whether my mind says okay, throw this, but my brain says no boss, this is not a way to deal with it. So core strength also increase mind and brain. Coming to the core strength of our vital capacity, amount of oxygen you inhale, that carries the core strength. If you are able to inhale a very less amount of oxygen, naturally you have to breathe in very fast. Now core strength is, say for example, elephant, it breathes only hardly 5 to 10 times in a minute. We breathe more. you'll find, see, the health wise, less breathing, but suffice the every oxygen demand of the body is a core strength. So if the person has a strokes of your heart lesser than 72, the person will be healthy. I have seen so many people who are very good runner, and their actual count was even less than 70 count of your strokes of heart. And the PQRS wave was very healthy. So you'll find that amount of oxygen inhale at one single breath should be very high, and that is actually done by pranayam, right? Amount of oxygen to hold after breathing, kumbhak, increase the core strength. Third, amount of oxygen when it is zero inside your lung, breathe out. When Prasad say breathe out, when Shubhangi ji say breathe out, hold, kumbhak, jalandhar band, and now sustain. This should not actually give rise to headache. That is a core strength. No doubt, vital capacity, which is one measure of the core strength, and ability to breathe out as quickly as possible, so that you may not have a backache. Try this sometimes without stopping. Just do Kapalbhati. Believe me, there are people who are not able to do Kapalbhati above 70 quickly, and you will find there's a huge headache, lot of backache, lot of stomachache. My God, Kapalbhati itself caused this much amount of change in you, and you will find people who are doing 500 Kapalbhati, they will have a different kind of strength. Swimming provide you core strength. Again, the instrument is water, right? High vital capacity people, they can definitely go through water very quickly, or they can sustain without oxygen inside the water for high amount of time, and they can also perform well. Their muscles can perform well if you have core strength. Very important point again, because we do asanas, as you will find that ashtanga of yoga, what is given by Patanjali, first is cleaning definitely, then yam niyam asan, pranayam pratyahar, dhyana dhyan samadhi. These ashtanga yoga, they increase the core strength. So definitely yam niyam are very important. Okay, that start of cleaning is very important. If you don't have cleaning, if I don't do dauti, neti or basti, definitely the core strength will go. Question: core strength once acquired, can it go? Yes, the answer is yes. The human body is not a stationary bioreactor. The human body is a stirred tank continuous bioreactor, CSTBR. We say in our the fermentation technology, CSTBR, continuous stirred tank bioreactor, means it has a continuous input and continuous output. It is not a stationary, right? So definitely core strength acquired, you may get a part of it sustained for a long time, but remember, it may have energy, it may have a kind of thoughts, it may have a kind of core, and it may have a kind of memory, but at the same time remember that core strength, if you don't follow rules, if you don't follow asanas, if you don't follow the, so it's not like that the Mike Tyson who was very heavy, or Evander Holyfield who was very heavy and will have the core strength throughout the life. No, you have to give input. It is like a fire, where fire will go away if you don't provide the fuel to it. So core strength is like that. Very important point. core strength does not mean that everything is okay, vital capacity, brain, smile, everything is okay and your digestion is not good. No. If the first thing which will actually affect or affect your body in core strength is digestion. Your digestion will be like a clean gut, and that is the reason, that's why Basti and Dauti we have to do, right, as a cleaning technique. Without that, digestion cannot be proper. Eating, if you try to eat lot of high glycemic index carbohydrate, and if you are not digesting them or not breaking them or not consuming the glucose which is coming out of it after the hydrolysis, your core strength is reduced, because glucose will cover your organs. Glucose will cover your receptors in the body, and that actually wipe off your core strength. You'll suffer from the disease. Glucose, sugar, disease. Very simple equation. So, what is the equation which is useful for us is that if you want to increase your core strength, again a rider, diabetic people or people who have less insulin, they should go to doctor. Any disease, any hormonal disease, they should go to the doctor and they should consult first, right? And then only do that. Reduce sugar, close sugar intake, stop it. Your core strength increases very quickly, right? Sustaining in less food very well keeps the body clean as well as increase the core strength. So if you are eating some small food, that's why it is said mitahar. Mitahar actually increases core strength in nowadays, because we eat food till here. We should eat food, amount of food that should be taken every day should be such that after that meal I should feel I can eat same amount of food. That will increase the core strength. Very quick response of our body to the any infection from the outside is what is core strength. Quick generation of antibodies is a core strength, right? So these are some of the core strength, and apart from that, when it is a brain, mind, body, muscles and your lungs and heart, they are together, it means that you have a proper core strength and you are actually contented, satisfied, smile. That is a core strength. I'm sure those who are doing everyday asanas, Shudhi kriyas, yam, niyam, asan, I'm sure they will actually partially get well experience of all these things. I'm sure about it. They'll get this experience. This is a journey, and you will find that this journey will go ahead. Okay. So questions. So thank you for the last 30 minutes. I think I'm just saying something. I don't know whether I'm on mute or not, but definitely questions will be most welcome.
Thank you so much, friends. Please advise your suggestions in comment box.